Well, looks and if you're around, pop in and say hi. I just got home from work a little while ago, and then I go right into my routine. So we got a beautiful day here, beautiful afternoon here on Salt Spring Island. And like I say, don't be shy. If you're in there, come on in and say hi, and we can talk about palms, plants, and whatever else you guys want to talk about. Those are good. Lemon, sparkling, kind of like soda water. So current temperature here is about 20 degrees Celsius, really high humidity today. It's 76% humidity, which is really high. It rained last night. Was it last night? Yeah, it rained last night. So, and then you wake up to sun and it's, yeah, you get the humidity. Everything's kind of damp, right? So, but anyway, a nice day nevertheless. And the garden sure likes it. The garden is super happy. I'm just seeing a lot more growth on plants that were chopped back in February at our eucalyptus trees cut down, and they're regrowing back like gangbusters now. So, and same with the palm trees that were chainsawed. One was chainsawed, and the other one had a round of eucalyptus dropped on it, flattened like a pancake, and it's coming back too. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you're in there, I don't have any watchers yet. There was one watcher in there. People kind of cruise through and they don't know what this is really all about. So, live streaming. This is live. This is a live feed video right now. I am live on location here on the Southern Gulf Islands off the west coast of Canada. And it was nice. Wendy's son stopped by, Mitch, and he is on his way to the west coast of Vancouver Island to do the West Coast Trail. So it's a 7-day hike, a 7-day hike from Banfield south, something like that. So if you ever get a chance, do the West Coast Trail. He's got a big backpack full of stuff, and I gave him some palm seeds to throw around in the West Coast Trail too. So he's going to be sowing some palm seeds. Those beers are warm. I just put them in, so I don't want any because if they're warm, I just took they're outside. They're sitting beside the fridge. There are other things in there that are cold for you if you want. So yeah, come on, guys, pop in and say hi. I'm just going to sit here and just kind of relax until somebody comes in, and then if you want to chat, we can chat.
Sorry.
What is that one?
Oh, I like that. It's like iced tea.
No, I know. I've had them before.
Oh,
I got
sorry.
this. No, I don't want that.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't want it. I got this. That's yours. That's why I got this.
I thought that was good.
No. It is hard iced tea, I think. Try it in your new mug. Put it in your new mug. Put it in the new mug. What do you think of those mugs I got? Michael sent us some mugs from Poland, which are really nice. They're custom made from an oak tree he had in his garden that his grandpa planted 50 years ago. So he had these mugs made out of the wood that they milled from the tree. I guess it's like they're amazing mugs and sent all the way from Poland, which are really cool. So I had my shaken one the other day. Man, it holds a lot of liquid, which is awesome. So thanks, Michael. Anyway, this is very relaxing. It's just such a nice day sitting out here on the sun deck this afternoon. It is 4:40 p.m. Pacific time here on the Southern Gulf Islands, and it is a very palmy and balmy day here. And it's supposed to get the heat's supposed to kick in on Wednesday, so we're going to be up to around 80 degrees Thursday and Friday. It's high pressure, which kind of worries me sometimes because once the high pressure kicks in, it seems to last a long time and then it gets extremely dry. It's been a very dry spring here on the Gulf Islands. So that rain that we had 16 millimeters of rain, and that's a welcome relief. And if you're not in the millimeter thing or the metric thing, 25 millimeters equals an inch. So we had 16 millimeters of rain, so just over half an inch. 12.5 millimeters is half an inch. So there you go. I see one watcher in there. There was two.
More people? You had more people the
other You're not drinking your thing? You dumped it down the sink?
I'm having a
You dumped the other one down the sink? Huh? Oh.
Putting out recycling.
But you didn't drink the iced tea. You didn't want it? You didn't like it? You didn't like the iced tea?
No, I didn't.
No.
Sorry. I'm not a
You should have kept it closed as for somebody else.
Joe.
But yeah. Mm. Enjoy your beer. There's nobody here. It's just me. There's nobody on this thing. It's dead. There's nobody in there.
Oh, but
0 people.
you know when you live stream, though, it doesn't matter if there's people or not.
There's nobody on.
Yeah, but people watch it later.
No, nobody really watches them later. Not live streams.
Yeah. Anyway, well, if you want to talk to me later about when to do it, not on live.
Really? Okay.
Because it's filmed. Private.
Okay. Alrighty then.
You're just gonna sit there?
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit here and just look at the palm trees behind me in the camera. That's what I'm gonna do.
Live stream on you.
I can just put a live stream right on those palm trees behind me, and I can go walk around the garden, and we can do a palmy live stream. This channel does not get as much traffic as my other channel. That's why it's so dead. Right? It doesn't have as many subscribers. There's not as many viewers. So that's why it's a quiet channel.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, why don't you just turn it off?
Okay, I'm going to go till 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off. So I got 2.5 more minutes, and then it's off. I'm going to go to an even 10. There is one person watching now, but they don't want to say anything. Oh, there's 2 people now. 2 people, but 2 shy people.
So when are you going to get your bike out?
This weekend, I think.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
And the weather's nice.
It's supposed to be hot this weekend.
Yeah.
What are you doing down there? What are you doing?
He's enjoying the sunshine.
Is that hot?
Beautiful.
The dog is in the hot sun.
What's
going on? 2 watchers. I'm going to go for another 1.5 minutes, and then I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Took him to the beach.
Went to the beach today?
Walked to the beach.
Go get some water if you're choking.
I gotta get my
Oh, Big Stack. Greetings from Ottawa. Oh, how you doing, man? So there is a watcher in there. I see 2 watchers. That's good. Yeah, good to see you in there from the capital of Canada. Right on. Hope all is well in Ottawa. I'm guessing it's pretty toasty there. It's nice here. It's 20 degrees. High humidity today, though. I looked at the humidity of 76%, which is very high for here. Usually it's around 35, 40, something like that. Because we had rain last night. Sun comes out. It gets humid. And it's not often we get humid days, but I can actually feel it. You know, when your clothes feel a little tacky. So I'm feeling that right now. Right. But yeah, the plants sure like it. I mean, the garden's just growing. The garden's like a jungle. 18C and raining. Okay. Well, 18C is okay. We had rain yesterday. And yesterday, I think we were only 17 or 18, but the rain was really good. Yeah, it's no, Salt Spring's a great place. It's a pretty good size island. So, and there's 3, like I say, there's 3 growing zones here, so it varies from one end to the other. It's just very mountainous, the topography here. So it's like I say, mountains from one end to the other. So you can go into some areas that are cold. You're not going to see any palms in the wintertime. And then, well, there is actually in Cranberry Valley, I did find a palm tree that's been there for 20 years, which that's zone 8A. I was surprised to see a big palm tree growing in there. So I did get seed from that one too. But where we're up at this end of the island, we're zone 9A. And yeah, it's much different than the Cranberry Valley, that's for sure. But yeah, I got the patio umbrella up right now just to keep the sun out of my face. And then high pressure system's going to be locking in on Wednesday. And then we're going to be up into the 25 degrees Celsius. And hopefully the humidity will be low at 25 degrees Celsius is quite nice, especially if I'm not working in it. If I'm working in it, it's maybe not so nice. But when I'm not working in it, 25 degrees Celsius is nice because I can find shade. Often when I'm working, I really can't find shade if I'm mowing sports fields or mowing the parks. Um, yeah, there's not really a lot of shade out on a sports field. And the parks are out in the sun too. So, but that's okay. I love this time of the year. And then I think next week when's the first day of summer? I think that's the 21st, right? Something like that. The 21st of June, the equinox. And then the days start to get a little shorter after that. Hot during the week and cold front moved. Okay, cool. Well, we had a big stack. We had a system come right at us from Hawaii, kind of like the Pineapple Express, and that's what brought us all that rain overnight. So we had 16 millimeters of rain in a 24-hour period, which was a lot of rain for this time of the year. So, but that was good. Good for the garden, man. The garden just absolutely loves at this time of the year when you have rain. It's just awesome, and it really does help the garden out. It helps us out for a day or two, so we don't have to water. We don't have to water those palm trees and everything else in the nursery. So 29C here on the weekend. Yeah, 29C is toasty. We're going to be 25, but you got to remember I'm right beside the ocean too, so it never gets as hot where we live here at this end of the island. It's very narrow band of land where we are here, and there's Pacific Ocean is close on both sides. But you get down the road a little ways in from the ocean, and they get the heat. So when it's going to be 25, if it's going to be 25 here, it's going to be over 30 in other parts of the island where they're in a little bit, like where they grow the olives and they grow all the figs in the vineyards. It gets a lot hotter there because they're not beside the ocean. They're kind of like where they grow the olives is kind of in the center on the south end. So that's about 6 miles wide or 7 miles wide, and it's kind of like right in the middle. So it's about probably a few miles in, right? So it makes a big difference. Very needed rain today. Well, the rain is good. You got to like that. So you always got to appreciate the rain because you can never water as good as the rain does, right? That's what I say. I mean, you water the garden and you think you've done a good job, but you got to water it again the next day after a good heavy duty rain. It's good for a couple of days. I think it's just because it's more consistent. It's more even. So you don't have to worry about worry about watering for a couple of days. So I didn't have to water yesterday, and I'm not watering today. Tomorrow it may rain. I actually do see a big black cloud. Like we have blue sky here. Some puffy clouds, but I'll show you up in the sky. There's got blue sky here. But I see to the west, to the northwest, I see a really big black ominous cloud way in the distance. So that's coming this way, it looks like. Did you do radio today? No, I didn't because I work today. I work 5 days a week, right? I don't get home till about 3:15, and then I do a whole bunch of stuff when I get home. But I didn't even turn on the radio today. No radio. I did talk on it. When did I talk on it? I think it was last week. I talked to that guy from Arizona, and I turned it on the weekend, and I listened. And the DX was kind of quiet. There was a little bit of stuff coming in the distance, but it wasn't worth talking to. So usually when I do the radio, it's at night I'll turn it on, or on the weekend, and if there's DX coming in, then I will. And then we'll holler a little CQDX and see if we can get somebody, right. And usually on sideband, I do. I mean, I go on AM sometimes too, just to see where I can get out on the AM. It's kind of fun. But I mean, it's going to be great when the next heavy duty sunspot cycle comes in and there's a lot of DX. And that'll be good because I like working DX. It's lots of fun. Yeah, that is a really ugly cloud, like a really nasty cloud coming in here. I'm going to have to probably fold this thing up soon if it starts raining. It's coming this way, and it's going to cover up that sun soon. So Anyway, yeah, no, I do like talking on the radio. I've been, I've been talking on the radio since 1977. That's when I got my first 11-meter band radio. It would have been October 1977. So quite some time now. And I still have my first radio, and it still works. It still actually works pretty good. I got the lower channels put into it back in 1980, and it goes down to 20, goes way down below 26,535 or something like that. I used to work a lot of DX down there. 555, a bit of Trinidad. Oh, so you got some of that coming there. Yeah, we don't hear that very much. I've talked down there before, but here you hear the Hawaiian Islands a lot. Australia, Hawaii, Tasmania, New Zealand, and then some of the other South Pacific islands too, right? And I have definitely talked to Trinidad and those places, but not often. It's been a while. I could look back in my logbook because I log everything. I've been logging everything for decades. I'm talking over 4 decades. I've been logging stuff, so I got logbooks filled up with places I've talked over the years, and ran all different types of antennas too. Right now I'm running an IMAX 2000 and an Antron 99. So on my 2970 DX RCI, I have a Antron 99 I use, and then on the RCI 2980 WX, I use an IMAX 2000, and I do go on 27555 USB for international call, and I've worked some pretty good stations on 555 upper sideband over the years. Sometimes you get in there and it's dead quiet, and then you call and then you just listen. Last night was better. Work Ecuador. Oh, cool. Right on. What type of antenna are you using? Are you using a directional or using an omnidirectional? Are you using a beam antenna? So I haven't heard any Europe in there lately at all. It's been a few years since I talked to Europe. I'm just running omnidirectional. I have a IMAX. Okay, 2000. Okay, I got mine at Durham Radio. I bought it at Durham Radio in Ontario. Actually, they shipped it to me, and I also bought my Antron at Durham too. The Antron I put up in the early '90s, so the Antron's been up about 30 years. When I moved here, just around 30 years ago, I put that Antron up, and before that, when I lived on the mainland, I had a high gain super golden penetrator, which was an Omni, and I had a beam. I had a 2-element Eliminator 2 high gain full quad beam up on a 36-foot tower, one wavelength. And God, I've run a bunch of different antennas. My first antenna I ever got was a Radio Shack half wave, and then I also had a 2-element V quad beam, but it was strictly horizontal. The quad that I had, the high gain, was two polarities, vertical and horizontal. Oh yeah, Durham. I don't think Durham's around anymore. Are they? They're gone, right? I heard they're not there anymore. Is that true? I bought my power supply from them. My Pyramid 52 amp volt, or 52 amp. I think that's what it is. Power supply from Durham Radio as well. What else did I buy from Durham? Bought a few things from them over the years. I bought coax from them. I bought a couple of linears. I bought 2 linears from them as well. Yeah, I bought a Texas Star High Drive 350, and I bought a Texas Star High Drive 500. So hello, Spacebound. Yeah, so I got on my 2980 WX. I run the half a kilowatt, but I have it turned down. Not they're still in business. Okay. Oh yeah, Durham out of business. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. Bummer. Hello, Space Banjo. You know what? I still run my original TRC 458, and I run the Texas Star 350 on that one. And that TRC 458 is an awesome radio. Back when I was 16 years old, I got all the uppers put into it. That was 1980 as well. And that I bought that radio new at Radio Shack in early 1978. Early 1978, I bought that, and it still works really well. Weather. It's warmer here today. Yeah, it's nice and warm here too, but I'm feeling the humidity. I'm definitely feeling the humidity right now. It's about 70 degrees here. So 20 degrees Celsius, something like that. And 76% humidity. Yeah, it's too bad Durham went out of business. I mean, it was a great place online. They had lots of cool stuff. And you really can't buy radios around here. You don't really see any radio stores around here on the coast. I mean, they used to be everywhere. So it's warmer here today. Yeah, because Ottawa is not very far from Montreal. I don't think it's pretty close. What is it like? How close is Ottawa to Montreal? Is it like a hour drive or something? That was an antique. Oh yeah, I like FT 301 factory 11 meters. Yeah, they're great. I was looking at an FT 101E years ago. I should have bought it. And one of the ham operators was selling it, and it did have 11-meter capability in it as well, but I never did get it. But my RCI 2980 WX radio goes from 24 to 30 meg, right? And my other one, my 2970, same. It's got lots of freaks in it. Few hours. Oh, a few hours. Okay, cool. But anyway, I love Yaesu. Yaesu are great radios. Good. And what mic are you using? Are you using a Turner, a D104? I have a D104 Lollipops, a Tug 8, a Tug 9, and I have a D104 preamp as well, a handheld mic. And then I got another desk mic, which one it is, but I use a D104 on my when I talk preamp D104 Lollipop. Few hour drive from Montreal to Ottawa. That's not too bad. That'd be my carrot and yucca buckeye. No, they died. Oh, well, we got a few things burnt in our heat wave in May too. I look at Wendy cut the leaves off of the one Fatsy had a lot of burnt leaves on it, so she removed those leaves. I see a little bit of sun scorch and heat scorch on some plants when we were up. It had that heat in May. Extra seeds. Yeah, you should germinate those things. Baccata is a nice hardy plant. Like I said, I remember selling it when I worked in the nursery. That's called a dayteal yucca. Mike, I use Yaesu 8844 Decima. Oh yeah, nice, very nice preamp, right? And I know I'm sure the Yaesu probably has a mic gain control. My FT or not my FT, my WX, my RCI WX 2980 is 10 watts AM and 25 sideband, and the 2970 DX is about 150 watts. That one puts out about a 150 out of the radio, right? Something like that. It's got a mic gain on it. I do have a D104 hand mic for it, but it does have actually a mic gain on it, so I can crank it up. Luckily, one of my bell peppers survived. Wow, that's good. Yeah, it sucks when the onslaught of heat comes on fast, and then it starts to fry some things because they're not used to it. But I'm kind of worried with this heat coming on, starting on Thursday. Wednesday, it's going to start to warm up considerably, but Thursday and Friday, we're going to get a lot of heat here, and I'm sure it's going to. Some of the plants are going to suffer. It has been kind of a cool spring here on the Gulf Islands, so dry, extremely dry, but it has been cool. Well, there goes the sun, and I see the big cloud in there now. It's huge. That is definitely a rain cloud. Definitely a rain cloud coming in. So I may have to cut this short pretty quick because if that cloud comes over me, there's going to be rain coming down on this computer. Like we're another 2 weeks to get seeds to germinate. Oh well, 2 weeks isn't too bad. No, the AC mic is a standard diameter. Sounds weird. I also have D104s are great. I have my first D104 I bought back in the 1970s, and it's a Tug 8. It's got a Tug 8 base on it. Crystal mic, really nice. Looks like the amplified one, but the amplified one I got to keep it turned down because you know what I mean? They're just so powerful, those D104 lollipops. You can hear everything in the background. So I turn it down quite a ways. And you know what? It's got really good audio, that radio with that D104 mic. I wired it up to fit that plug to fit into the RCI. Oh man, this cloud does not look good, gentlemen. It's looking good. It's looking bad. Looking bad for the computer and good for the garden, though. I hope there's a lot of rain that's going to dump on the garden. It's just this wall of black cloud coming in. I wonder if I can spin this around and show you. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. So above me this side, there's blue sky, right? And then over there, we got this black cloud coming in from the west, coming in from the ocean. So it's going to pack a punch. It's going to pack a punch, and there's probably a lot of precip up there. It looks like the storm cloud. Wow. That means tomorrow I don't have to water if it rains all night. The only thing is I have to work out. And if it's raining tomorrow, I'm going to be working out in that rain. It's definitely raining over there for sure. I'm going to have to probably cut this short, guys. Go to 25 minutes, and then we're going to pull the plug on this thing because I think it has to rain. Big Stack. A couple of guys in England swore they heard you calling last Wednesday morning at 5. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, you know what? I might have been because I am up at 5 in the morning. I'm trying to think. Was I on there? I could have been. I mean, sometimes I'll turn it on in the morning before I go to work too. So it is possible for sure. But you know what? I was calling on 555 upper sideband. I don't recall the time, but it might have been in the morning because I was on there. Um, I was on there last week. I probably was. I mean, it could have been me, right? 9 Alpha Uniform 791. I like talking to jolly old England. So, oh well, actually, you know what? It looks like the cloud is kind of going. It's kind of breaking apart. It's bizarre. Can you hear the birds in the background? There's like birds. There's birds all around me here. There's like so many birds. You know, it's like it's so much. There's so much wildlife here because we're in a forest, right? I mean, there's forest all around us, like forest across the street, forest behind us, forest beside us. You don't see any houses here. There's no houses in here at all, which is quite nice. No neighbors, no houses, just birds and deer. Lots of deer. I was down scattering palm seeds yesterday in the forest, and there's a deer watching me scatter those palm seeds. You gotta like that, huh? Wow. Well, I got to try when the DX is good, big stack. I got to try making contact with you then. If you're on 555, I could be calling for you up there. But that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I've talked to Ontario tons and tons of times. Tons of times. I can't even count how many times I've talked to Ontario over the years. I mean, we get lots of Ontario DX here and lots of southeastern states. Last week, like I said, I talked to a guy in Grand Canyon, Arizona, and then lots of California, Utah, Nevada was coming and all that stuff. Right. So I kind of like short skip sometimes too. I like talking a short distance. So it's too far to talk local, right? Too far to talk local, but and it seems too short for DX, but sometimes that kind of DX rolls in. And I really like that kind of DX. So talking to Seattle, which is 100 miles south of us, or talking up somewhere in the north, you know, which is not that far north, but then, you know, you get a contact and you have a good QSO with somebody up there. Yeah, but they call sign they heard they said they heard eight. Wow, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah, you know what? I think I was calling. I was calling on upper sideband 555, but nobody came back to me. So it's interesting. Sometimes you can call and you know you don't hear anybody in there, but they can hear. It's kind of like sometimes when you hear people, they can't hear you. I kind of find that frustrating. And you know what? I was probably cranking out the juice too. So when I call, I turn up the power. Like I turn the power right up to like 500, half a kilowatt. So but I wasn't really hearing anybody in there. So they heard me, but I didn't hear them. But that's cool. Maybe next time I will make contact with them. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, interesting, eh? That's good. Yeah, I don't even remember the last time I talked to England. Like I say, it's probably a few years ago at least. I've talked all over Europe. Remember, we used to do QSL cards back in the day. So you'd talk to somebody, and then to confirm the Q. So, hey, do you guys QSL? Do you QSL? And I would send them a card. They would send me a card. And you know, I saved all the QSL cards from anybody that wanted a QSL card for me and sent me. And I've saved every single one since I was 13. Actually, it's just a minute. 1977. I was 13 years old. I'm 57 now, so I've saved every single QSL card from people that I QSL'd with. And I have an Apple box, like a big cardboard, gigantic box stuffed to the max with these QSL cards, right? And the cool thing is, I think I sliced them open with a letter opener and they're all in their original envelopes going back to 1977. Yeah, the guy heard you call sign 26 Alpha Tango 022. Wow, cool. I should go on there when I'm done this and I should make a call. I should go down there. I should go up with upper triple five upper sideband and see because you got to remember it's an 8 hour difference, right? They're 8 hour time zone difference. So you know what? Nah, they're going to be sleeping right now. See, the best time, yeah. And you know, the funny thing is, a lot of times when I've talked to Europe, it has been in the early morning, very early morning. So you got to look at the time difference. So it's 5 after 5 p.m. Pacific time here, and so it's what is it after 1 there right now? 5 after 1 or something like that. Oh, this is looking ugly now. No, it's this cloud's coming in here, big stack. But I should be definitely calling for you because I we could definitely make contact sometime and chat in there. It'd be kind of cool. Be kind of fun to talk to you. You know what I mean? I'm used to doing these live streams, but I love the radio. I will never ever get rid of my radio. I've always been into them and I've always enjoyed them. And I think it's a really good hobby. And you know, before the internet came around, more people I thought were on it That's what it seemed like. And now with the internet and everybody's got iPhones and FaceTime and Skype and whatever they do, I think there's less people maybe shooting DX, right? Don't you think so? Maybe a lot less people shooting DX. Yeah, it's really clouded over fast out here. Holy schmokers. Wow. Okay, you know what? I should actually sign off here. So I'm going to say 73s to you, Big Stack, and I'm going to go QRT. 9 EK 945. My okay, Steve. Okay, 9. I'm going to write that down. Let me grab a pen. Let me write that down, Steve, and I will give you a call. Nine EK 945. Any sources in Quebec? Awesome radios. Yeah, I mean they're great. Radios are great. Yeah, you'd like Radio Space Banjo. You'd love communicating. I mean, I was into it when I was a kid. I got into it when I started listening in 1976 with a receiver. Dad had bought this receiver, and I remember listening to all the skip coming. I didn't know what it was all about. And then, of course, I looked into it. I says, I'd like to talk to those guys. I'd like to have a radio. So Mom and Dad bought me this radio from Radio Shack, a TRC 452, just when they came out with the 40 channels. And didn't even have a digital dial on it. It's got little black numbers on it. I still have it. And it's got a little light behind the numbers. And that's how I used to, with a half wave, an Archer, a Radio Shack half wave antenna Dad put up for me. And I used to shoot DX. So the very first guy I ever talked to, the very first DX station I ever talked to, and he sent me a QSL card. It was in 1977. It would have been late 1977, late November 1977. And I still have the QSL card. It was in Louisiana. And the guy's handle was Short Change. I'll never forget that, Short Change. And I talked to him. I gave my address. It was not a good thing to do because I didn't have a P.O. box. And he sent me a QSL card. And then that's when I got QSL cards made. I said, when I get QSL cards made, which was later that year, I got a bunch of QSL cards made. And then I started shipping them out. So I shipped them on. Radio is a great hobby to have during all. Yeah, exactly. I think more people were watching YouTube too. But I love my radio room. It's in my man cave. And it's just, especially, you know what I really like on a rainy day? On a rainy day, I really enjoy talking on the radio. And I love when the DX comes in. I remember back in the late 1970s, the sunspot cycle was so strong. The DX was so strong. You would turn it on in the morning, Steve. You turn the radio on in the morning, and it would be like the DX would be starting to come in. And I would get home from school. It'd be like 9 to 10 S units of DX all day long. And even right till night. I mean, late at night, I'm still talking DX, 8 o'clock at night, all day long. It's just amazing. And you could talk anywhere you wanted. And back then, I tell you what I ran. I ran a TRC 458. I ran my TRC 458, 40 channel sideband. And then I had extras put in it. In 1980, I had the extras put in it. So for the first couple of years on sideband, I didn't have the extras. But I had in 1980, I bought might have been 79. I bought a 5 or 600, now it was a 600 watt linear amplifier. It was called a Chris Big Boomer tube job. And I ran it through my beam, my high gain eliminator too. So it had a driver and a tuner. It was a massive linear amplifier. And I was 16 when I got that thing. And man, could I talk everywhere. So if I could hear somebody in Australia, I just turn the directional beam towards the South Pacific, and then just put the fire in the wire, put the juice up, crank up the heat, and they always heard me, man. They'd hear me on AM and they'd hear me on sideband when I ran the juice through that. I mean, they could hear me without it, but they'd hear me a lot better with it. So generally, I don't always run the foot warmer, but I started in the 70s, but now listening back, they got into it too. First read 1972. Oh, I have a TRC 30A in the basement, base station, 23 channel. And I also have a TRC 48, which is a 23 channel sideband with I tell you what I have hooked up to it is a Siltronics VFO, variable frequency oscillator. And then I had it's a CFI, I think that's what it is. Digital frequency counter I used to run on it. I have that in my shed. I got another TRC 458 sitting in the shed as well. I got a bunch of radios here and there and everywhere. But that's a good radio. TRC-30. I have a TRC-30A sitting in the basement right now with another radio I used to run was a Citizen MPL5, and I had that one all tuned up as well. That one will go up into 28, go up to 28, 235, I think, something like that. But you can't really talk up there anyway. But that's where it went to. It went up into the ham bands, right? So yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain. Looks like it's gonna rain. So anyway, guys, I should roll. And Space Banjo, you got to watch my videos. I have a lot of videos on radios if you want to get into radios. There's lots of different types of radios out there. You can get them on eBay. You could probably get them on Amazon. If you look on Amazon, you could get radios. Try to get something with single sideband. Sideband's much better. You get 12 peak envelope power, 12 watts. Uniden also, Unidin's a good one. Well, the TRC 458 actually has a Uniden board in it, believe it or not. And Uniden are nice radios. And I've never had a problem with my TRC 458, except I did blow the finals out of the AM when I cranked up the power on it. It wasn't a good match, and I blew the AM out of that one. So it's still only a sideband, but it works good. And so there you go. Anyway, yeah, radios are a lot of fun, and I will definitely give you a call when I'm done here. I'll go on there and I'll see if you're in there. We'll see if maybe there is some DX. Who knows? We'll find out. There's only one way to find out is to give you a call. So anyway, guys, I better run because it's starting to cloud over now, and those are ominous clouds up there. So, but anyway, Space Banjo, talk to Big Stack or me, and if you're interested into radios, because we can give you some dirt on it. You know what I mean? Okay, nice talking to you too. And I'd like to talk to you on the 11 meters. That'd be lots of fun for sure. I'll shoot a video of it. I'll put it on this. I put mostly my 11-meter ones on here, but I actually have them on Banana JSSI on my other channel. If you go to my other YouTube channel, Banana JSSI, I have lots of 11. If you just search 11-meter or DX, you're going to see lots of videos of me talking DX to different places in the world, Hawaiian Islands and Europe and this and that and all over the place. So, all right, take care, guys, and stay safe out there. And we will chat with you next time. Space Banjo, there's only two of you in there. Kind of a intimate little chat here. Not a whole lot of people on this channel, but that's okay. So 73s to you guys. And I'm going to sign off. See you later, Space Banjo, Benjamin, and Steve. Big Stack. Ottawa and Montreal. Cheers to you, man. Have a good one. Have a great night, you guys.